Alright, so we're here in day 2 and I'm back at the park. Just gonna do some simple exercises again. So far so good on my commitment, and I know it's only 2 days, but sometimes I start these things and I'm just done after one day. But so far so good. Let's get into it. Alright, so I've already stretched and I've already done running as a warm-up. I started at those benches, went that way to the edge, circled around to the bottom of the hill, ran across the bottom of the hill, came over and came back here to the bleachers. By the way, this is going to happen a lot for a while because I'm very out of shape, as I mentioned before. This is the worst part. Endurance training is the worst. I hate it. I hate running, but I know it's necessary, especially with parkour, because it requires a lot of endurance, and that's something you really need. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice a bit of my balance. Balance, especially practicing it specifically, is going to help you kind of be in tune with your body, and to see in your mind's eye where your surfaces are that you're going to be working with. So if you can kind of see it in your mind's eye and get used to just kind of memorizing where things are, or being aware is a better term of where things are and where your surfaces are, it's going to help a lot, and it has applications across the board when it comes to parkour. So what you're going to see me do next is just some basic balance work. I'm going to start simple and just kind of walk across some bleacher steps, but I'm also going to be doing it with some twists and turns and turning around mid-stride, that kind of thing. Alright, next I'm going to be working on my landings. Landings, especially when you do these, they are going to hurt your thighs, especially if you go at it pretty hard. If you practice even for like 15-20 minutes, you're going to feel it the next day, which is great because it builds muscle, but it's rather difficult, and it puts a lot of strain on your muscles. So I've worked on landings before in a day, and maybe worked like half an hour at it, and if I squat down, I can barely get back up the next couple of days. So for building leg muscle, that really works. Now landings are, you're gonna see me kind of do this, but landings are difficult to perfect, but you just keep at it and you'll get it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump, and I might start at ground level, and then I'll work on, again, bleachers, going higher and higher. But what I'm gonna do is when I jump, no matter how far I jump, no matter how high I jump, I'm going to try to bring my knees up high, simply because that gives my feet enough time to aim for proper placement by the time I land. If you just kind of kick out and you keep your feet where they are, you don't really have an opportunity to get some precision foot placement. You also want to land as softly as possible, because when you learn how to land softly, it's going to reduce the stress on your joints and your back, and so it's going to save you a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my knees, and then as I'm coming down, I'm going to put my legs down, and then just as I come down to the ground, I'm going to start bending my knees and lifting my feet back up, so that the impact is drawn out, not in a single point of contact, but it's drawn out from the time my feet hit the ground to a squat all the way down. And so I'm gonna almost squat down to sitting when I land, because that, like I said, is gonna draw out all of that impact and place it through my muscles on my legs, rather than hit my joints and my back all at the same time. So hopefully that kind of explains it, and hopefully you'll kind of be able to catch as I'm doing it. So here it goes. Lots of hard breathing. Doesn't take much. I'll get better. All right. So my ankles are feeling a little stiff. I did stretch them out, but all the impact is making it feel a little stiffer than I feel like it should. So I'm gonna stretch out my ankles a little bit. Ah, that hurts. Oh gosh. I am not flexible. I need to get more flexible. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Blimey. Okay. So real quick, so I don't lose my camera placement. I don't know if you'll notice this, but I land on the balls of my feet. I don't land flat-footed. I don't land on my heels. I land on the balls of my feet, which is let's see, here we go. Not the toes, but like starting at the thick callousy part up here, up. So from here to here is where you should be landing. That's where you should be landing. And that again, takes a lot of the impact off your spine, off your joints, and that type of thing. So hopefully you noticed that I came, as soon as I hit the ground, I go almost into a full squat, slowing myself down so that the impact isn't felt all at once. Right now I'm just kind of stopping, but there's other applications for this that I'll get into later, that where, you know, if you want to keep running, you kind of have to land a little bit of a different way. So, all right, I'm going to do a few more of these and then call it good on that. Two from the highest height. That was a little rough. My placement's getting sloppy, so my legs are already tiring out, so definitely can't go as far as I'd like to on that, but it's okay. I gotta take it fairly slow anyway. Gotta take the time to get back into it. If I hurt myself, it's gonna, whoa. If I hurt myself, it's gonna it's gonna keep me from being able to do more for weeks or months, and I might lose motivation altogether if that happens. So can't do that. Don't want to overdo it. So the final thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of wind down, but I want to make sure that I keep working. I want to make sure that I keep working my legs, because this is gonna be kind of a leg day, which is fine. It's good to mix it up, but with parkour, since the discipline works kind of your whole body anyways, there will be some days where you can't really assign a certain day, leg day or arms day or whatever. Sometimes it's just going to be a whole body day because of what parkour is. Anyways, enough rambling. So what I'm going to do next is toe squats. Those are just like normal squats. However, like the landing, you're going to keep on the balls of your feet, and you're going to start, keep your hands behind your head like you're doing like weightless squats, and you're going to stay on the balls of your feet. You're going to go down and come back up. This toe squats works all those stabilizer muscles in your legs, as well as just your main leg muscles. But it also, given that it does stabilizer muscles, it's also going to be balance. So it's going to work your balance quite a bit. Just trying to keep on the balls of your feet while you're going down and come back up. All right, so here we go. Also, remember to stick your butt out when you go down, because you don't want, if you go like this, you're putting strain on your back. Keep your back straight and go down. Like that, okay? Stick your butt out, keep your back straight, and then you're good. Oh, jeez. Okay. That hurts. Okay. Holy cow. All right. I'm weak. I'm weak. That's hard. It's 80 something degrees out. Means all the freaking bugs are out. By the way, something you'll probably learn about me quite a bit throughout this whole experience is that I hate summer. It's too hot, it's too sweaty. There's too many creatures that bite and scratch and sting. Give me spring. Actually, don't even give me spring because it's the forebearer of summer. Give me fall and winter. Of course, I guess winter you can't really get outside and train anyway, so whatever. I'll deal with it. All right, guys, this is day 2, leg day. We covered jumps, landings. Actually, I didn't really cover jumps. Jumps kind of have some technique to it all on its own. Anyways, and oh, somebody's in trouble. Toe squats. I feel like there was one more thing, but I forgot what it was. Anyways, all right, I'll see you at day 3.